Okay, welcome everyone to Keto Kings Beer and Barbecue Banter. I'm your host, Chef James P. Madonna, and I am with my illustrious co-host from the state of Michigan, the one and only BC, as in BC Beer Reviews. Okay, hold on. There he is. How you doing, sir?
What's going on,
Yes,
Master of Ceremonies? How you doing today?
Master of Baiters. Master of Baiters.
Master of Ceremonies, yes.
Master of Ceremonies.
I'm
Good.
doing all right, sir.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. It's kind of sprinkling right now out here in Michigan. So, but then again, that's why I've got the apron for the table here, so I can sit at least, depending on how bad it gets. It's not bad now, but
Yeah.
I can, huh?
Yeah, weather. I always say weather permit. Weather permitting.
Yeah. If it gets too bad, I can just take it in the house and let this meatloaf cook.
Yeah.
And that's what I got today.
Yeah,
so,
if it gets too bad.
Too bad.
I know it's been. We went on hiatus last Sunday. I know you and I did a seminar in San Diego, California, a culinary barbecue seminar, and we had a great time out there. I always enjoyed San Diego, and me and you went to Tijuana and Northern Baja and everything, and it was beautiful. I love it there. Too bad they have
I got some memories of Tijuana. Woo!
Too bad they have the San Andreas fault, which is really not their fault that they have a fault. But yeah, we had a great time. That's why we weren't here with you people. I know you people were anxiously awaiting our show last Sunday, but you know what? We're busy people. We have an organization to run, and we are back. And let's see how many jabronis show up on webcam like they said they were going to show up.
Yeah.
We do besides cooking, barbecue recipes, kitchen tips. we give relationship advice. We do alpha male red pill talk. You know, the
Yeah,
smart,
or manly talk.
yeah,
Yeah.
man cave talk is to smarten up all those young guys. And we also do sometimes we do pro wrestling talk. If somebody is knowledgeable that comes on, like equal to myself, and also we do beer reviews or liquor reviews if one chooses to do one. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a cyber man cave. Um,
Yeah, it's a man's web page or a man's web show. Yeah, it kind of
well,
reminds me of that old TV show. What it was that it was with Adam Carolla and Jimmy Kimmel, the Man Show. And oh my God, I love that show, the Man Show.
I remember that.
Yeah,
You don't
I
you don't
miss that show, man.
see too.
Ooh,
You
I
don't
miss
see that anymore because of these politically correct man-hating feminazis, these feminists that with the cancel culture and all this shit. They put a stop to any of these manly shows.
you
Um,
know,
you
you get
know,
all these feminists that try to cancel us. You know what?
I
Yeah,
got an itch. Hold on. Let me scratch my itch in the middle of my forehead.
exactly. That's my thought. Exactly. Yes. And it's like, yeah, they're forgetting. It's like, did they take the power or did we let them have it?
Let them
That's
have
the
it.
real question. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
I think they're exploiting the fact that they know that men have more testosterone than they do, and thus have a stronger sex drive, and they are using it to their advantage in their big power game. And they got the judicial system hoodwinked, especially if you get a divorce and you have one kid, and she can take you to the cleaners just with
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And, I don't know about you, but where I live, I see a lot of mothers around here that have like four, five, six kids by like three or four baby daddies. And oh my Lord, I cannot tell you how much they are taking these guys to the cleaners. I swear to God. It's like these guys wonder why they live in poverty in a way, to a certain extent.
they do.
And, it's like because they got to pay out all this alimony and child support. And I was like, I'm sure, I don't want to speak for you, James, but I'm sure it was kind of the same way growing up with you as it was for me. But my parents stayed together. Hell, they're still together to this day. And that's what they call true family value, where you get parents that married way back when they stayed together, regardless of what happened, they worked it out and they stayed together. They were a team.
Yeah.
They
Well,
had each other's backs.
oh yeah, they stuck it out. They stuck it out.
Yeah,
My grandparents, unfortunately, should not have stuck it out because they fought like cats and dogs. But I mean, but if you change one microscopic thing in the past, you could alter the future tremendously.
yes.
I think like the Back to the Future movie. You got to be careful what you change in the past. Uh,
Yeah, it's like book, like kind of going on with the book from two. They take it back to one. And then when they come back, like to the modern day, everything's changed. So
Everything
they
is
got to go,
yeah.
yes. So you got to go back to where it started to fix what went wrong. So, but that's a great trilogy. I love that trilogy. I got that on DVD. I love it.
There you go, Bart Robinson. Hey, gentlemen, listening in while I work in my garage. Cheers. Now, the garage is is the best man, in my opinion, especially if you have a heater in there for the winter time. It's one of the very best man caves you can have aside from the basement, a finished basement. I mean, a
Yeah.
garage, a nice clean garage where you could do a lot of neat, cool stuff, and a finished basement. You take your pick. Those are the two primary man caves. Bart Robinson is here.
Yeah.
Now I got. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's a guy that lives like the block over from me here, and every so often I'll be coming from somewhere, and I'll be driving down the street. It's a one-way street, and homeboy will have his garage door open, and I'll be driving by, and he, as I like to call it, the hookup. Okay, and what this guy does is he has one of them flat screens hooked up on the wall, and then he has a neon sign. Yeah, that's right. I said a neon sign, and it says "My Place Bar," and it's not completely finished, but you can see where this guy is going with it.
Mm-hmm.
He has the TV, the sign. He has a bar with the chairs, and every so often when I drive by this garage, he has the door open. I see it, and he's hanging out like on the weekends, like we are. But with him, he's kind of like watching football and whatnot. And it was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about right there. If we ain't doing what we're doing right now, that'd be it right over there.
Now, it's funny that you mention it because my old grammar school buddy that I hung out with since 5th grade up throughout high school, I think God rest his soul. I think he's somebody told me he passed away, but he was a big biker guy named Tiny. Tiny was his name.
Yeah. Let me guess, he was a huge guy.
He's big. He's 6'5", about 350 pounds.
Yeah, see, yeah, that's why they called him Tiny. Yep.
He had a shaved head and a long ZZ Top beard down here. And he had 3 Harley Davidsons. He had the big hog with the saddlebags, the big monster. He had the Sportster, and I think he had the was it the shovel head? Panhead. I'm sorry. He had a Harley Panhead.
It's either Panhead or Knucklehead. Yeah.
Yeah, he had them all, and he was a excellent old school mechanic, which includes diesel mechanics. And he was able to diagnose what's wrong with a car by looking and listening. Looking, no computer, no computer.
Yeah.
No computers in the car back then. Looking.
So no dyno. Yeah, no dyno. Yeah.
Right. So, and he had a dump truck, and he used to do jobs on the side. But
okay. I thought you said his wife had a dump truck. I was like, man, that must be a woman.
Salvatore Mercurio, there he is. How you doing, buddy? And so Tiny had a dump truck, and Tiny also he converted his garage with the green indoor-outdoor carpeting, and he had a complete professional gymnasium in it. He had the gym. He had the gym going in there. Hold on, let me do the other thing. Tiny had a gym, and he had everything. I used to work out. Like, it's beautiful in the summertime. With the garage door up, we work out, and then between exercises and sets, we walk out on the driveway. Get the fresh air blowing right in there. And the women would see us strutting around, and it was beautiful. And then in the winter, he had a heater. Tiny had, but that's not all you could do with a garage. You could have the wet bar in there. You could have a big hot tub, a beautiful jacuzzi with the floodlights, with the like turquoise blue lights.
Yeah.
You could have a gym also. Not as big and elaborate, but you could still have a gym in there. So you could have a complete, total man cave to entertain your buddies. I mean, the bar, the hot tub in one corner, the gym over there. If you're
a bar in the other corner.
Right. Well, if you're single, you can have a inflatable queen size mattress. for your orgies, Salvatore, talk about.
James, how are you? James, if I may say something, how are you guys? Good
Say
afternoon.
something, please say
I'm all
something.
right.
So basically, growing up as a kid,
Jason.
most of our time was spent in garages. Like you said, the man cave. Bands with guys would perform. We'd have our little get together with our women. You know, whatever was going on for that week. So
Yeah, and you know what?
the people don't do that. The kids don't do that anymore.
No, and the beauty of it is, if you wanted to sit down and talk and drink some beers and cocktails, you open the garage door, you put the lawn chair, you put the chairs right,
Right.
where the driveway meets the garage, and you enjoy the weather. You sit out there and and you talk and you convert, and then if you want to go back in and make another cocktail or get some more beer, or you got the jacuzzi. I mean, there's a lot of potential with a garage.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there really is. I mean, there
And,
really
and
is.
nobody bothered you.
No,
Yeah.
nobody bothered you. Bye, Bart. That's good to know. That's good. Look, Bart Robinson had a gym in his garage.
Yeah,
Excellent.
see,
Excellent.
I can't tell you how many times, like, okay, for example, to go on what you guys are talking about, I remember when I was living out in Plainwell, Michigan, which is by Kalamazoo, and I came home for like 2 weeks, and
Ah,
at one point during that time, I ended up hanging out with my cousin, and him and his dad, on occasion, would hang out in the garage. It would be mostly his dad, though. And I came by, and of course, at the time, I was legally able to drink legally. But anyways, I ended up coming home, hanging out there for a couple of days or an overnighter, and going out there. We hit my cousin, his dad, ended up hanging out in the garage, drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon, bullshit, philosophizing, and doing what we're doing here now. And it was like, I remember them days and I enjoy them days. It was like, you kind of learned in that garage with the manly talk about this, that, and whatnot. Even at my young age, it was like, I hate to say it, I'm more experienced now, but back then it was like I would drink and drink, and then it was like to the point where I hate to say it, but puke. But by that point, you were done.
now,
But
Pat.
again,
Yeah, go ahead.
at that point, it was like 4 a.m. So I mean, we already did all our talking by that point. So I mean, we really gave out our information and said, okay, this is what works for me, this, that, and they would do the same thing. This is what works for me. This is what not this. It doesn't work for me doing this or that. So yeah, we just caught up on everything.
Yeah. Now, another thing you can do with a garage, weather permitting, you could get a couple of those tiki torches. Those tiki torches for the luau. You can stick them in the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, not too close to the house, but you can stick them in the ground, and then you get the zapper, the mosquito zapper, that electrocutes the mosquitoes, or
Yeah.
you can light
zip.
zip, zip,
Yeah.
zip, 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 bang, 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 zip, zip, zip. Hold on. And or you can light citronella candles, which is very effective at keeping the mosquitoes.
Yeah. I think the best bet is the citronella, James. I gotta agree with you.
The citronella works like a charm.
Yeah.
It's like a little bonfire. You ever see the aluminum buckets with the big citronella candle? It's got a nice.
They have like a citrus smell to them, and it keeps the bugs away.
Yeah, and it smells great.
Oh,
I
never knew that.
Yeah, I think it is. Well, I have good
Me,
news.
I always went by that philosophy by the smoke. Now I know smoke, like for an example, bees, it kind of makes them sleepy. And every time I have a bonfire, I kind of try to sit where the direction of the smoke's blowing, so any flies or mosquitoes don't bother me. So I sit in the path of the smoke.
Well, insects.
And that works out well too.
all insects, including mice, rats, whatever, termites, spiders, they all hate the smell of peppermint oil. You know, in
Yes.
general, they hate peppermint, but citronella is a very effective also. But I know peppermint, they despise it. They hate it. Yeah, they do
I
hate
know. I was taught as a kid when we wanted to take a beehive down, or they were just bees that were not any honey makers, and always said do it at night and you smoke them first, because they're not. You kind of like put them in like a daze, and then get rid of the beehive.
Oh, you mean like the yellow jackets, the hornets?
Yes, yes.
You know what they have too? They got hornet spray that shoots 30 feet like in a fine
Yes.
stream, and you got to look around the corner of the house, because if they see you, they will chase you and get you.
Well, if you got a bad aim, James, you're in trouble because they're coming after you.
Oh
Yeah.
no, they're vindictive. They get vendetta. They see you, they will.
Yep.
Hornets don't die when they sting. They can sting you over and over and over and over. Yeah, but you nail them. You make sure they don't see you, and you nail them with that. You saturate the hive with that poison. Now, Pabst Blue Ribbon. Bart says he's got some cold Pabst Blue Ribbon on hand right now.
Wow.
The founder of Pabst Blue Ribbon.
With the swamp water, man. I know I'm drinking my share of it.
Was he a gynecologist and named it after the Pap smear that they give the women?
I have a story about Pabst Blue Ribbon. I don't know if you guys are familiar. Pabst Blue Ribbon was the beer that put Budweiser on the market. I don't know if you guys know about this.
Oh, they helped the Anheuser.
Well, what happened was Pabst Blue Ribbon was the beer of the America. That was the, and Schlitz.
Yeah.
So when
yeah.
Miller, right. So, but Pabst Blue Ribbon said, okay, we will take your beer on, and distribute it through us as Pabst Blue Ribbon. And all of a sudden, Anheuser-Busch was created.
Oh.
True story.
We got it.
Pabst Blue Ribbon kind of put them on the market by, distributing their product.
We got a history lesson that I never knew. Thank you, Salvatore. We got a little.
You're welcome.
That reminds me, to switch gears here in a way. It's like Coke. Okay, I know it's two different things, but Coke had a point in time where they were able to buy Pepsi at a dirt cheap price, but they passed on it. And this was probably 50, 60, maybe 70 years ago. And the thing about it is they passed on it. And, ironically enough, now, as we all know, Pepsi is a rival to Coke. And it would have been different if Coke would have bought Pepsi way back in the day. So,
yeah.
I like learning.
And now they're rivals. Now they're the biggest rival in the I guess, soda business.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's right. That show on the History Channel, the food that made America, or the companies.
Yeah, American Eats. Yeah, either way.
They give you the whole history of all these companies.
Yeah.
Yes. Great show, James.
I love watching the show.
I mean, but I have good news for you barbecue carnivorous meat eaters out there. I watched some new videos by very popular doctors that have ongoing YouTube video series, and they talk about all different subjects. And two of them, they did like a lecture on a YouTube video explaining how there is no evidence to prove that meat, processed meat, or even smoked meat causes any cancer at all, colon cancer or any kind of cancer. there is no evidence that this meat causes cancer.
Take that, vegetarians.
They want there's a sneaky agenda with the misinformation that they push. They want people. There's
Yes.
certain food industries that capitalize on the fact that people don't eat butter like they used to anymore. They don't use lard, which is, I guess, pork fat. They don't eat red meat much anymore. They're all becoming, I guess, more vegan or vegetarian, or they're eating all this fake soy substitute.
Fake processed garbage.
Yeah, soy burgers and all this, and
Right.
there's big money in that, and there's also chemicals and all that too.
Yeah.
And they're overcharging. You're right, James.
Okay,
Since we're talking about meat,
okay,
I want to check out my meatloaf here.
Okay, we're going
Now,
to the barbecue
I was
right now.
James about this before we started the show. I put this in maybe about 5 minutes before we started the show.
Okay, so it's probably
And I'm
really
doing bacon wrap meatloaf. And
bacon wrap
right
meat.
now we're about 350 as far as temperature goes. And I'm kind of doing, to a certain extent, like I do with my ribs or pork loin and whatnot. You guys know how I do my stuff. But here we go. Got the coals there. Got the pork loin there, or not the pork loin, but the
Nice.
meatloaf.
That looks good. Delicious.
Yeah, zero in on that.
Yeah.
Let's get that whole beauty right in the camera. That bacon wrap meatloaf. Look at that.
Oh wow.
All right, back away so we can see the whole big schlong.
That is a big slot.
Well, you can call me Beefy Chris. Yes. They call me BC for a reason, and that was it.
Jason Cleveland agrees, and so does. What's in the cooler? Oh, we're going to talk about beer now. Bart says Pabst is Schlitz is now owned by Pabst Brewing Company. Interesting.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, let's go back to the videotape. All right. Now I got a beer. I got a well, I can't show it because I'm gonna bring it on Ronald Terrio's show Wednesday. So I can't tell you what it is, but it is pumpkin. It is pumpkin.
Okay.
And I will tell you it's 8.1% alcohol. So it's
8.1?
Wow. Yeah, it's an ale, it's an IPA, it's it's pretty decent.
Yeah.
You could tell a good craft beer when you have to pop, when you need a can opener to pop a bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no twist top. But I take that back. There's a lot of great beers in cans too.
Yeah. Well, it's like I say in my videos, regardless if it's in a bottle or a can, I'm going to be reviewing a beer. And that's exactly what I do. Yeah. So, I mean, I hate to say it, I think I'm creeping up to 200 videos now on beer reviews.
Oh, that's great.
I think I've re-reviewed one beer in that entire time so far. So that's pretty good.
That you are accumulating a lot, just like Michael Hilton came a long way, but I know he quit drinking, but
yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about people, but Michael Hilton, he doesn't drink as much as he used to, but he still drinks. He still does his reviews, but it's not like it used to be.
Well,
so
I told him, I says, why don't you do what a smart gambler does when they go in a casino? Why don't you limit yourself? Just bring 2 beers, drink one, do the review, and then you have a second a little bit later. That's all, and that's it. You're done. You're done. Oh,
Yeah.
you know,
I mean,
or you know, if he's gonna do multiple beer reviews, then have one beer
yeah,
per.
one for each review. Yeah. It's kind
You
of
know,
like another reviewer, but I won't mention their name out of respect. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
oh, this is dynamite. This when I bring this on Ronald J. Terrio show Wednesday, this is a real good one. But I can't divulge it because then it'll be
Not a secret. Yeah.
it won't be
One of
it won't be a surprise, you know.
yeah. I've been feeling kind of bad about that. I know I haven't been coming on his shows lately, and the last couple of shows, I hate to say it, it's because I haven't been feeling it in a way. I mean, I don't know about everybody else, but I mean, we all got day jobs here. Okay, that's a given. And for me, doing these beer review shows, it's kind of a hobby, and it's kind of fun for me in a way. But lately, it's like for a while there, that's all I've been doing is once I get home, doing reviews here, reviews there, and everywhere. And it's like I don't mind them, but I don't want to get burnt out on them either. And it's like I hope
Yeah.
Rod understands that because I mean,
Well, I'll be honest with you. I'm not gonna drive myself nuts, and plus spending all kinds of money trying to find the theme. Like when Jesse of Bumpy Roads has a theme. I'm not gonna go crazy with any host trying to find the theme unless the theme is easy. Like in the case of pumpkin beers,
yeah,
I love pumpkin. It's autumn. It's October. My favorite month of the year. It's easy to go out and get different pumpkin. And this Wednesday it'll be the last pumpkin, and then in November it'll be any autumn beer. It could be Oktoberfest. It could be pumpkin. But with
there was
Fandango,
one pumpkin show that I ended up reviewing Jacko, and that was such a low APV. I ended up drinking through all the beers. So by the time Ron's show came up, I had no beers in the house to go on the show with. And it was one of them things. So
yeah,
I need a high APV for my beers.
like with Fandango Friday, I just get the cheap airline bottles, the little airline bottles. That's all.
Yeah.
I try to get several of them, new ones that I never brought to the show, and I got about a month's worth of Fandango Friday airline bottles, liqueurs or flavored hard liquor. It could be flavored whiskey, flavored vodka, or it could be a liqueur. And what I brought Friday wasn't an airline bottle because it caught my eye. It was on sale. It's a German peppermint schnapps.
Nice.
Yeah, it was really nice. It was on sale. It's called Rumpel Mints, M-I-N-C, Rumpel Mints. And it's 100 proof, 50% alcohol, 100 proof, and it's a schnapps, which is supposed to be a liqueur, but it's actually higher in alcohol than a lot of hard liquors, which is 40% alcohol.
You like Jägermeister, James?
I know it's a real old recipe, and I know there's a lot of things in there, but it tastes too much like cough syrup. But it's got to be cold. It's got to be ice cold.
It's got to be ice cold. That's the only way to drink it.
Yeah.
I have a beer question for you guys.
Yeah.
So, as a kid, I used to work at a beer distributor. probably like 40, 45, 46 years ago. And there used to be this one beer that I really loved. It used to be called Watney's Red Barrel Beer from, I guess it was England.
What?
I can't seem to find it here. Watney's Red Barrel Beer.
Could be an ale.
And St. Pauli Girl, I don't see that much either.
I've had that.
I've seen it. I've heard of it, but I've never had it.
It's
Yeah,
hard.
very good beer.
It's hard to find St. Pauli Girl, but I've had it. It's good. It's a
Yeah.
good dark. It's a good
A
dark.
lot of the beers I grew up with, I don't really see anymore, James. You know, the IPAs have really and they used to have Indian Pale Ale, as a kid.
Yeah.
But now it's become, the Pale Ale has become the beer, I guess. Am I right? Or
Yeah. Well, the first ale I ever had in my life was Ballantine Ale.
right,
as a
exactly.
kid. And then there was Genesee Cream Ale, which happens to
Genesee Cream, right?
great bargain. You can't beat like $4 or $5 for six bottles.
Yeah. Well, I think why the Paps was so popular back in the days, mostly with the older folks, is used to be really cheap, like $3-4 a 6-pack,
Yep.
and you get a nice buzz on, and for $3-4, you can't beat it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But I think it's making it. I think Paps is making a comeback.
Yes, they are making a comeback, and the thing with the IPAs, they're so sophisticated now with all different flavorings, and they're hazy.
Oh yeah,
They're not clear. They're hazy now. They're very heavy. A lot. They're using so many different hops. I didn't realize there was this many hops in existence. There's like many different hops out there, and they all have their own characteristics. They all lend their own.
they're all
Flavor.
I went to a few breweries upstate, James, during the summer last year during COVID.
Yeah.
They were open, outdoors, and they had wasn't cheap, but they had probably about 25 different beers on tap, that you were able to buy, this, and the guy would explain to you what it was from, and it was pretty interesting how the beer has trended. So it's become like a really big business than it was before.
Well, my brother-in-law has a farmhouse in Oneonta, upstate Oneonta, New York.
Yeah, we have a supplier up there that we bought a company, the coffee company that is in Oneonta.
Because he does a lot of hunting. So his neighbor has a farm, a pretty big farm, but his neighbor's smart. He's growing hops because
Sure.
the popularity of all these breweries coming out of the woodwork. Every state must have several microbreweries. There's a big market for hops.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many microbrews there are in Michigan. There's so many of them, it's hard for me to keep track of them all.
Every state has it. Jersey has them. Every state.
Yep. I was up in Warwick, James. That's where it was. There had to be at least 4 or 5, and they're hidden. They're well hidden. Nice atmosphere. You go out. The place was building a kitchen. During COVID, everything was kind of subtle, but they had a little lunch truck there. But now they're really expanding those type of microbreweries.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to go to Warwick. I used to go to Warwick, Orange County, New York every year, and I used to go to Applewood Winery.
Yep.
Applewood Winery and get the apple wine and what's that other place? There was like
there's a Warwick Winery which was big.
Yeah, remember
I don't know.
Brotherhood in Washingtonville, New York, Brotherhood Winery.
No,
Yeah,
but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them up here now. They're just popping up all over.
They produced wine for the Archdiocese of Jersey. Yeah, they Brotherhood Winery, and that's their history. And
Right.
they have native New York grapes like
Yes.
Catawba grape, and the other one
Hmm.
Concord.
The Concord. Yeah. So you have a lot of wineries now that are able in New Jersey where they're able to sell, Jersey winery. Instead of getting a license, they're able to serve wine. You know what I'm saying? Through the winery. I don't know how they're doing it because here in Jersey, everything is like you have to have a liquor license to serve anything, but they're separating it now. You know what I'm saying, James?
You know what interesting wine I have from South Jersey? It's I got it when I was back in Rhode. I got it in the ShopRite liquor department, and
Right.
it's called Valenzano Winery in South Jersey, and I got blueberry, real blueberry wine and cranberry wine. Let me tell you, they were both
Mm.
they were both great. The blueberry was
Uh,
better, but I like them both.
James,
Yeah,
speaking of blueberry, you just brought up. I was up in Portland, Maine this summer, right?
yeah.
With when we went to go set up an account up there for a coffee, and after we got done, the guy treated us for lunch, and the woman said we have a blueberry vodka. I go,
Yeah.
what? Yeah. So let me tell you, James, it was probably the most delicious thing I've ever tasted.
You
And
know
she
how
said the brewery was right up the street. I should have bought a bottle and I just left it. We never, but I'm gonna go back up there.
well, that's a good drive to Maine.
5 hours, 5 hours, 5.5 hours it took us.
If you took a
Is that
bottle,
one or more? Both ways?
Yeah, exactly. 10, 11 hours. We did it. We did it in one day.
Oh wow, God! So you must
Yeah,
have drove
and
there, picked up what you needed, and then
we
bounced.
we went. Yeah, we went in, did the hookup. We went to lunch. Well, I wanted to stay, but the mechanic is like, "Oh, I want to go home." I said, "Let's stay over." Why we got to rush back? It was beautiful, nice. Next time I take my own car and I stay for the weekend and let the company pay for it.
yeah. Did you get a lobster roll? Get a lobster roll when you were up there?
Oh, James, we had. Oh, the guy gave us $300 for lunch, which we spent every penny. I told him it was me, him, and his wife. I said, "Don't be shy." Order. So we had lobster rolls, we had jumbo shrimp and cocktails each.
You know how easy it is to make um, blueberry vodka. If you got wild blueberries, organic wild blueberry, and you put them in the bottle, and then stick it in the closet for like a month,
Ferment them.
and yeah, the alcohol will extract all the juice from the blueberries. It'll come right out, and it'll be um, blueberry vodka or whatever. You can put ginseng in there, whatever you want to put in the booze. The alcohol.
Talking about blueberries, up here in Michigan,
Thank you,
you start.
Ronnie.
Uh, what's that?
No, I was saying thank you to Ronnie S. He says it's a
Oh,
very well produced show.
hey Ron, what's going on, Ron? But anyways, talking about blueberries, when you start up here in Michigan, when you start getting about here and up, them guy, yeah, we use our hands for Michigan. Okay, this is Michigan here, and then you got the peninsula.
The Upper
But when you
Peninsula.
start
Right,
from
right.
here up, these people start hiding their blueberries, or they keep it a secret. They don't want you to know they got blueberries because it's like a buried treasure type of thing with the blueberries around here in Michigan. And it's like, it's just crazy.
Oh yeah, and they well, I didn't realize Wisconsin grows cranberries. It's New Jersey, Massachusetts, and Wisconsin are the biggest cranberry producers. While he was driving, Ronnie, he got disconnected. You know, he'll
Oh,
yeah,
yes. Yeah.
yeah, he might be back. Now it must be how is the western shore of Michigan, right on the lake? Are there a lot of people that have like boats there and nice houses?
Yeah, a lot of people have either boats or jet skis, and in the summertime you could see just about everybody. I mean, judging by the eastern side of the state, which I'm by Detroit,
Right.
and you know the amount of boats and jet skis I see when I'm driving along the coastline here is unbelievable, and the amount of boats I see is the same thing. It's just astronomical. And it's like they say, it's a wonderland here, at least
Well,
from our perspective. Now,
Lake,
I know everybody can say that about their own state, but
Lake Michigan is big enough to have sailboats, cabin cruisers. You know,
yeah,
I see.
pontoons,
Yeah, I see jet skis over
yeah,
catamarans, which is I see jet ski. Jet skis are really popular. I mean, over here on the Hudson River, going out to New York Harbor, a lot of people have jet skis, but they also have yachts. You know, by Edgewater Marina, there's a huge yacht. You could like live on
uh,
it all year
yeah.
round.
But again, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're in that area where you got like, okay, I'm I'm just thinking out loud here, so don't get me wrong. You got your lower class, your middle class, and your higher class, and that area kind of bundled up all together. Now, when you start getting your yachts, that's where the higher class comes in, and it's like, in a way, it's kind of awesome to see all these different boats. You got your yachts, your jet skis, your regular boats, so on and so forth. And then you got your average people that just enjoy the beach. And, hey, who doesn't like to be at the beach? I know I love being at the beach myself. Yeah.
Well, I like being on a boat. I think a sailboat is one of the most relaxing experiences going. Jordy, Jordy from Scotland, how are you, sir? Thank you for stopping by. No, he's
And
no Sal is self-employed. He distributes fine coffee to restaurants and cafes. He's in the coffee business, imported coffee.
also the self-made man. Yeah.
Yeah, today, Mr. BC has a huge bacon wrapped meatloaf in the smoker grill. Bacon
Yep.
wrapped meatloaf.
Yeah, I'll tell you the ingredients that I put into the meatloaf before I threw it on the grill. I ended up throwing in some sea salt, some pepper, fresh cracked peppercorns, uh, some rosemary, what is that? Pianco, breadcrumbs, an
Oh,
egg.
panko breakfast. Okay.
Yeah, panko breadcrumbs. Thank you. And that's it.
Yeah.
And
You know
then
what
I
I like?
just
You know what I like to try? A friend of mine who is he was a WWE star back in the '90s, wrestler and competitive bodybuilder. He made a meatloaf, and instead of using breadcrumbs, he used rolled oatmeal, rolled oats,
yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, I've heard of
Hey,
people using it. Yeah,
because he don't want to go the breadcrumbs is white flour that's high carb, so he wanted something high in protein, something more nutritious. So he put
yeah,
all the seasoning that you normally put in breadcrumbs. Like my grandmother used to put the chopped onions and garlic, a raw egg to to get it to bind.
yeah.
Olive oil, Parmesan cheese.
I was thinking about putting some cheese into the meatloaf, but
Yeah.
I didn't have enough time for all that, so I left the cheese out. But I did end up using what is that? Onion as well. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier, but mushrooms and onions are also in the meatloaf as well. So I'm
Well,
just saying.
it sounds like a really great movie, Jason. Roger and Me, about the auto manufacturing crisis in Detroit in the 1980s. Ronnie S wants to know if you have an apron.
Yeah, I've got an apron. I just haven't broken out yet. And I know I've told James I've got several French chef coats. I just haven't broken them out yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've got them.
Yeah, you just wear it for not that you need it, but you know, as add a little pizzazz and show business to
Yeah,
but,
true.
so what's
Heck, I
going
can
on?
grab one of them right now if you want me to. Yeah,
You know, well, eventually you got to go in the house to urinate.
yeah. I'll just grab the chef coat then. Yeah,
Well, show
I've got
your
like.
beer. What are you drinking there?
Today I ended up going a little different. I think the last several times I was going with the two hearted ale that we've been doing this, but today I ended up going with Voodoo Ranger VDK IPA, and this is what I'm doing right here.
Oh,
So
hold on, let me
yeah,
give you a solo shot. Voodoo Ranger.
this is what I'm doing right here. Now this is a 6.9 APV, and this is a little bit sweeter than the two hearted ale. Now I love the two hearted ale, just like I love the M43 and the B43 from Old Nature Brewing Company. But them are a little bit of the bitter end of the spectrum.
Right.
Now this is a little bit more on the sweeter side. So I know I've got what is that? A 12 pack, a two hearted ale sitting in the fridge now. And I was thinking, I was like, I looked at my videos because I wanted to review this one, but I already did it. So I figured, you know what? Let's break the mold or break from page and go with this here. So that's why I went with this beer
Oh, okay.
here.
But
Yep.
yeah, so it's it's really you know what I like? Every show is unique. Yeah, like we don't have any set structure. You know, we ad lib everything, and that's the beauty of doing that. Like what Jackie Gleason did with the Honeymooners. You know, we
Yeah.
we have a general theme, but we just wing it. We just
Yeah. Or go with the flow or keep it loose.
yeah, a subject can easily flow into a totally different topic, and it just goes from
Yeah.
one to the other to the other.
Yeah.
Um, well, if to answer Ronnie, if BC urinated behind the bush, then he wouldn't be able to get his professional chef coat or his apron.
Yeah. True. True.
Uh,
So, but on camera,
well,
I'm going to
can't,
professional.
I'm drinking a pumpkin ale. I can't divulge what it is because I'm bringing it on Ronald J. Terrio's show this Wednesday. So I like to keep everything secret.
Yeah, and if Ryan's still watching now, hey, I've got a pumpkin beer for this next show. So yeah, so no worries, I'll be there. And I know I've kind of talked about, oh yeah, I'll be there, and then not show up. I mean,
Oh, be
I
there.
but a
Yeah,
lot of times I'm not feeling it. It's like I'll show up, and then next one's like, I've been doing so much. It's like it's just crazy. Because on Wednesdays it's my busiest day. I've got my show to do, and then I've got two other shows to do.
it must be very hard for a porno star to say,
Yeah,
I'm just not feeling it, man. And he gets introduced to the females that he's gonna have sex with, and he says, I'm just not feeling it. I mean, and then he's gotta make believe he's aroused. It's a very hard business to be in. Very hard. Boing, boing. Now,
yeah,
I've heard grounding quite often on the shows that I watch on the Travel Channel. like Ghost Adventures and all the ghost hunting shows, the Dead Files. I know I have to really study how to do it. Now I have crystals. I have crystal pyramids and crystal obelisk wands that some of them are for grounding. But I know grounding is used in electrician field, the electrician field. So as it applies to people and having the right energy flow through our bodies as opposed to detrimental energy, I know the word grounding is used in terms of that. I have to look into it more.
I hate to say it, but since we're talking about using the restroom, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'll grab my chef coat while I'm in there.
Yeah, grab your apron or your chef jacket.
Yeah, I'll grab the chef jacket. Yeah, I'll be right back.
All right. Ground and pound. That's what Ronnie. If you were a porno director and somebody says, "Well, I can't start recording when you say action because I need to ground myself," and then you would come out and say, "Never mind, ground and pound. I'm paying you to ground and pound." Oh, really? A grounding mat? Amazon Prime has everything. I gotta look it up. Walking around barefoot. I don't walk around barefoot because I don't want to get dirty feet. I don't want the bottom of my feet to get black, especially if I took a shower. So I always wear socks, even in the summer. But sometimes if it's real hot, I mean, I got good air conditioning, but I wear. Show you what I wear. I wear these rubber, well, synthetic. I don't know if it's latex. Shower sandals that you wear when you get out of the shower. These are my slippers. Oh, I heard a train. I know BC has a train track near him, just like Ronald Terrio has. Walking around barefoot. Yeah, his remains were very, it sounded like it wasn't a complete corpse. Let's put it that way. There were some parts missing, so chances are the gators got to him. I know he doesn't have that, he didn't have that much meat on his bones. He was very frail, and so was Gabby Petito. But it's amazing how the forensic doctors are able to do a thorough investigation and determine the cause of death. Maybe it wasn't Brian. Maybe it was those cops.
Yeah, I kind of outgrew the chef jacket, man, a little bit. Yeah.
They look like Emerald Lagasse.
Bam!
Bam, wham, bam.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah, it's been a while since I wore the chef jacket. I've got like 5 more of them.
Yeah. Well, it was very unprofessional of the way the police in Utah and Moab, Wyoming, spoke to them when they approached the car. The whole thing was very bizarre and obvious. He didn't require any brilliant FBI to figure things out. I know. Paul Anthony Mantia has been doing a great job informing the FBI and analyzing quite a bit. He has the videos on his YouTube channel and Facebook page, and he hit the nail on the head a while ago also. Yeah. All right. Back to the meatloaf, the bacon wrapped. Here we go. Oh,
Yeah,
not
I'm
yet.
about to throw some more wood chips on, but let's get another look at how this meatloaf looks.
Oh yeah. We're gonna get a zoom.
And
Let's check out
we're at
that
300 degrees now.
I guarantee.
Oh, this is looking so good. Oh, this
Bacon
looks
wrapped
so good.
meatloaf.
Yeah.
It's not a skimpy meatloaf either. It's a
Oh, no. This is what Sunday meals are made of. And
yeah, and you know what? I kind of like I like leftover meatloaf sandwiches too. To be honest with you, like
yeah, because it gives it that it sits overnight and all them flavors kind of
yeah,
meld together. And I don't know if ferment's the right word, but there's something about it where it's just tastes right the next day. That's why the people have like meatloaf sandwiches and whatnot.
and I put that or Trader Joe's organic ketchup on it and hot sauce. Put some hot sauce on it and ketchup, and he's doing a Mississippi pot roast in a slow cooker. Well, what is it? A bottom round or a top round? I know how to make German sauerbraten very easily. I've done it many times. I've even made a venison sauerbraten from a venison pot roast that my brother-in-law gave me. I like Yankee pot roast. Now, what's the difference between a Yankee pot roast and a Mississippi pot roast?
Oh, I have no idea.
No, I'm asking. Jason is making that today. Jason Cleveland is making a Mississippi pot roast. Yeah.
Well, we're looking all good over here on my end. We're at 145 degrees with my meatloaf, and I set it to 155. So we're doing pretty good.
All right. Excellent.
Yep.
Now, the slow cookers they're making now, they probably have timers on them and everything. They're
Yeah, I gotta admit, I've got one that has a timer on it, and I can't tell you how many times I've made like beef stew or split pea soup in my slow cooker, and oh my goodness.
well, my sister loves her hot air fryer. She loves it.
Oh, really? She's got an air fryer?
Hot air fryer. She made last time I was over there. She made hot air fried French fries with freshly made, with russet potatoes, and she made sweet potato French fries. Both. She did both in the hot air fryer, and they were tasty as hell, man. They got crispy and brown on the outside, and I mean, I told her, well, hers is not a real big one. I says, you could probably do Cornish hens in here. You're not going to fit a small turkey, but you could probably do Cornish hens or turkey parts. I says, get some drumsticks and thighs and wings.
You might want to suggest, if talking about not doing a turkey, what she might want to do is the back, okay, split that in half. And what you do is you kind of lay out the whole thing. So the bird's not looking like your typical bird that you cook, but it's flat across, right? And you cut that back, dead center, and then let it cook. He might have something going on right there if she did that. So I'm just saying, it's a suggestion there.
Talking about the turkey, the turkey.
Yeah, the turkey. Yeah, come along in the middle in the back, and then you lay out flat, and then kind of do what I'm doing here. She should be good. Now it might take a while for a turkey, but that depends on how much poundage you're talking about with the turkey. So it
Um,
you've got like so long for every pound. So it's one of them things where you're gonna have to figure that one out.
well, Jason has a good idea here. Uh, Now, if you put, I know if you put the back and the dark meat turkey parts on top of the breast, it's going to be self-basting because the fat will be in the dark meat
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah,
and it'll trickle down to the
it,
bottom where the
yeah.
breast is. And because breast gets dry. But like you said, if you got all the fatty parts of the turkey on top, it will work, I think, pretty well in a hot air fryer. But I don't have one, but I would get,
Oh, a hot air fryer. Okay, now a hot air fryer. They must be some big hot air fryers. They have a whole turkey in there.
yeah, I would
Now,
have to get, I don't know if they make them yet big enough for a small turkey. I don't,
okay, yeah, because either way, she might have to go with something like this, or whatever works for her. So, I mean, she's going to have to look into that and kind of consider her options there. You know what I
I
mean?
mean, Ninja just came out with a combination electric grill and hot air fryer, a combo. But I don't. I have a Ninja product, and it's not nearly as good as the one on the infomercial. So I don't have a lot of faith in anything that has an infomercial.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot of these infomercials I don't watch, but the ones that I did watch was Girls Gone Wild. But that's kind of self-explanatory there, so I'm going to leave that one alone.
Well, speaking of Girls Gone Wild, Jason Cleveland has a question. BC, have you ever done a spatchcock chicken?
No, I have not.
What is a
I have tried.
spatchcock chicken? Is that a dirty is that a sexual position or what is that?
I wish it was, but
Spatchcock. Is that
uh,
like Alfred Spatchcock, the guy that used to write all those mysteries and horror movies?
no, it's a certain style. I'm not sure what style it is, but I know it's a
Alfred
certain style.
Spatchcock.
It's like jerk chicken. That's Jamaican. So
Alfred Spatchcock. Yeah.
so
Oh, I love jerk chicken. That would go well in the hot air. See, being that the hot air fryer will brown and crisp your meat, I bet you can do an oil-free, non-greasy, fried, whatever. You can put center cut pork chops in there. Uh,
pork chops are good. Oh, I love me some pork chops. Ooh,
and
Lord knows I love me some pork.
Jason
Well,
is going
I love pork.
to spatchcock a to spatchcock a chicken or butterfly it is to remove the backbone, thus allowing it to be completely opened out and flattened.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So basically, kind of what I was talking about. Yeah.
yeah, like I used to do with when I worked with seafood. The way uh, I used to cut and clean the rainbow trout. I would have a technique where if somebody wanted the head on, I could actually I remove the center bone and keep the two fillets connected. So
Yeah.
the only thing that was cut was the belly, guts out, and then I would remove the center bone. So if you wanted to put it, let's say on a grill, rainbow trout, you would get the aluminum foil. You know, you can put all seasoning, onions, whatever you want inside, then close it up, and you can put toothpicks to hold it shut.
Yeah.
And the rainbow trout would remain connected. Same thing with whiting. I used to clean the whitings like that too, so they would be butterflied.
You know, when you said whitey, you know, it got me
White.
thinking around here with being the people I hang with, we use the word whitey all the time. Oh, I'm going to go to Whitey's now. And what that means is if we're going to Whitey's, we're going to White Castles. And we kind of shortened it down to Whitey's. And oh my God, I love me
Well,
some White
well, the fish is called whiting, Ting, white.
Oh, White King. Okay, I thought you said Whitey's. I was like,
No,
okay.
White Castle has a pretty decent bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich for breakfast. They got some good breakfast sandwiches.
Yeah.
White
You know,
Castle.
I guess you could say I've got a love-hate relationship with White Castles. I love eating their hamburgers, but I just hate it when they come out. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna let people know. It's kind of a secret because White Castle really doesn't advertise. They decided
No,
not to spend money on advertisement anymore. They used to. White Castle has outstanding sweet potato French fries. They have barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. They have codfish nuggets, and they have excellent fried clams.
yes, yes. I love their fried clams. Yes.
And they have all those things that nobody even realizes that they have, because the only thing people can think of are the burgers and the wonderful milkshakes, which are very rich and creamy. They have great milkshakes, and you know, hey, we have Thomas Meadow, 75, the drummer for the great upcoming heavy metal band Oxblood Forge. How are you, sir?
Hello. Good day.
You got a haircut since last night, or is it the same? Oh, you got your
Hell
grill.
no. I gotta clean that grill. Holy crap. Grill.
You don't have to clean it.
Woo!
Let the fire do it. I never clean my.
No, you have to clean.
Yeah, but I never.
Sometimes you gotta clean. All right.
I never.
So
just brush it when the flame, when all the carbon becomes powder and falls off the steel. Just get a wire brush and just gently brush all that carbon right off.
I got a good wire brush. Here it is. 3-way.
There you go. Perfect.
Just go that way, or that way, or that way.
Let it crank up that heat, and then you just brush all that shit off, and you'll never have to wash it again.
I'm gonna put frozen tater tots on the grill, and what's the burger called? It's the Angus, the Angus Bubba burger. Yeah, I think that should be good.
Eric
Oh,
has. Oh, look, Eric's got the.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Yeah.
He's got the barbecue wok for cooking veggies.
Yeah.
The thing where you.
It's gonna come up the temperature. Oh yeah.
You can put the tater tots right in there, Eric. Right in there.
Did you say teeter tots?
Teeter tits. Yeah.
Peter
Pans?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pansy?
I gotta say, hey, this deserves a yay. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one that's grilling today, man. Woo!
Yay.
Now, I want to say to Jason that the Vitamix, which Walmart sells now, it has to be the best kitchen appliance in the history of kitchen appliances. I think the company goes back to the 1920s. It's a powerful electric motor, and you can emulsify a whole fruit with the core and the stem. You can emulsify it into a liquid. That's how powerful. Eric, you have a cold? Ronnie S. says you sound like you have a cold.
Screw you, Ronnie S. I don't have a cold, Ronnie.
He's very
I don't have a cold, Ronnie. Thank you.
he's very analytical.
Analytical. Yes, he is very analytical. Sorry, Ronnie. I don't have a cold.
Analytical. Now you're gonna put the tater tits in the in that little
In that
thing
in that basket, yeah.
in the basket. I'm sorry, with the holes. But I tell
Yep.
you, I mark my word. You crank up that heat and you get that wire brush, and it'll all come right off.
Yep.
You know, that
Fire.
reminds me. Before this,
The
we ain't got much time on my meatloaf, and there's a side dish I need to put on right now.
Okay,
So
All right.
back.
Ronnie, Vitamix has a warranty. You're right. Vitamix does have a lifetime warranty, but it's a warranty that is fair. I mean, if you work for the circus and you bring your Vitamix to the circus and an elephant steps on it, they're not going to replace the Vitamix, you know, within reason. But they do. It is backed. Hey, Ronnie S has some choice words for you. But you're right. The Vitamix is one of, if not, no, I will say the Vitamix is the finest. It's not cheap. You'll have to spring a few $100, but it's excellent. And the best juice extractor is Omega. Oh, it's called a slow masticating juice extractor by Omega, which means the pulp and the juice comes out from the side. And
You don't have to keep screw you, Eric, up on the screen. That's kind of rude.
What does he have to
There
say?
you go.
Does Eric
I don't have a cold.
an apron or a chef coat?
No, just a sweatshirt.
Yeah, over 100 years, Vitamix, and the Vitamix, what do you call it? The Omega juice extractor. If you get the slow masticating one, it'll do wheatgrass, things like that.
Somebody's alarm's going off.
Yeah, I heard the alarm. I just took it off and it ended up going up
Nice.
to 155.
What's
Oh,
that?
I see what you're doing. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
What's that? Mushrooms?
Yeah, this is portobello
Nice.
mushrooms, and this is what I got from Aldi's here. If you guys can see that,
Oh yeah, we could see it. All right.
so
Aldi's.
Spinach
Yeah.
and cheese.
Nice.
yeah. So I'm gonna throw these on now. So I gave myself extra leeway to cook these with the meat float still on here. So
All
what
right.
I'm gonna do is just throw a couple on the cold side.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're putting they're big. They're portobello, so you're putting them right on the Gorilla
On
Grill.
cold, yeah. So this is what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, show Eric the bacon wrap meatloaf.
Okay,
All right.
there's the mushrooms here that I got cooking,
There's the
and here's
bacon
the
wrap.
meatloaf I got right here
Yeah,
that
That's
I'm
how I
cooking.
cook meatloaf in my
yeah.
house. Yeah,
Lower
man.
the camera a little bit. Back it up. Back it up.
Oh, back it up.
Get the whole
The
schlong.
whole hog there.
The whole thing. Okay.
The whole hog. There you go.
Bacon wrap meatloaf. I guarantee.
Yeah. Now let me. I'm gonna leave you guys. I'm gonna take a picture of this so I can post this on Instagram.
Yeah,
But I'll
sure.
be right back.
So
So I'll be
I'm gonna
right
do
back,
a-
guys.
All right. I'm gonna do a quick beer review. I mean, really quick. While
Okay.
the grill
Yeah.
comes up to temperature.
Segue. Yeah.
All right, good segue. Yeah, yeah. You know the inventor of the Segway died on a Segway. True story. Oh God. So I went to a couple of breweries yesterday in Rhode Island, and one of the newer ones. I've not tried this beer. It's called Moniker Brewery. Sure. Debut single, the cream ale. This must be what they opened their doors with. Yeah.
wow.
5.2% ABV, and it's Magnum and Maize and 6-row malt. I guess that's what that is. Magnum and Maize must be the hops. They say this is going to be a smooth, clean, and unique beer. Unique. Okay. Sure. Why not? All right. Sam Adams, Boston Lager glass.
I just reviewed that beer last week.
Oh, the Boston Lager?
Yeah, the Boston Lager. Yeah.
I was going to say, you probably didn't review a Providence, Rhode Island beer last week. All right, I got to plug in my device. There we go. All right. This generated 0 head, none. Good morning from Japan. Good morning.
Good morning, Masumi.
No head, 0, none.
Good morning, Masumi. Good morning. It's Monday morning in Japan. They're
What's it
13
smell like?
hours ahead.
It smells like apple juice. It's kind of appley.
Apple juice?
Appley, yeah. It's kind of a muted nose, a little appley, a little caramel, a little toffee. Kind of on the sweet side. Yeah, I mean, doesn't smell like a Genesee cream ale whatsoever. It's darker than that. And the Genesee cream ale is more like an American adjunct lager. So, you know what? Let's just try this out. Cheers, everybody. This is the debut single from Moniker Brewery in Providence, Rhode Island. Cream ale.
Jason says, that's a cool glass. Where'd you get it?
I think I got these actually at the brewery in the Jamaica Plain area of Boston. So yeah, there's some toasty white bready malts. It's got the corn. It's got a corn-like sweetness to it as well. It is on the sweet side, but it's got a nice, clean, refreshing quality to it. I'd say it's on the light towards the medium body. Crisp, fairly clean, ultra refreshing. What else? And yeah, that appley juice kind of quality comes out in the beer. It's halfway decent beer. It's not the it's definitely not anything to write home about. No, but it's very good. Not bad.
Excellent, excellent.
All right, so
Now,
we got a couple of minutes before the grill comes up to temp, and then I'm gonna put those tater tots in that basket, and then maybe that should take 20-22 minutes, I guess. In another 10-15 minutes, I would put the burger on, so it gives it around the same amount of time to cook everything. So I do that.
All right, or however long it takes. I think it's very relaxing to watch people barbecue. I think the whole concept of being near a grill.
I gotta be BC for 5 seconds and take a quick commercial break for a phone call. But stay tuned. Next thing you're gonna see is tater tots on the grill. Stay tuned, everybody.
Tater tots on the grill. Gotcha. Okay, I am back, and while I wait for the gentleman.
Okay, I can hear you guys. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't. I'm gonna reset my phone. I'm gonna come back through the app or through the link you sent.
Okay.
So, all right.
Okay. Now I just want to do a little Schindler's Hall of Shame. I'm not going to mention one of the inductees, one of the topics, because the experience was really happened to Fart Doctor, but I haven't seen Fart Doctor in a while. And he was supposed to tell the story of what happened to him as far as scams from today's underhanded American companies, screwing the consumer, having contempt for the consumer. But I will mention the Dollar Tree. Now, I remember when the Dollar Tree, a dollar store retail chain, started. They were only on the East Coast. you know, they originally came. They're based in Virginia, the main office. Now they're nationwide, and they are so successful. The last quarter, they've actually made a little bit over $7 billion in profit. And I know people that work in the Dollar Tree as associates, whatever, sales, whatever you want to call it, cashier, associates, and store manager. And they treat their employees like shit. They pay them crap. Even the managers get shit. And the general employees get minimum wage. I think they start with, what is it, $7.20 an hour? No benefits, no health care, even if you work a full schedule. I know if you work full-time hours, which I think today starts at 35. They change it. It's not necessarily 40 hours a week. I think it's 30 or 35 hours. And if you do it for a certain number of weeks, that the government, the labor law from the government says, as a company, you have to provide full-time benefits to your employees. Well, guess what? They're getting away with it. The company is making a ton of profit. They have locations all over the country. They are this week's primary inductee into the Chislers Hall of Shame. Shame, shame, shame on you, Dollar Tree. Retail in general are the lowest of the scumbags of American capitalism. American capitalism, you can throw car dealers in there, insurance companies, which insurance companies have the most stupid, ridiculous, annoying, nauseating commercials of any other type of company. And they don't, and the truth is they lie to you. They never mention low rates. They think they're funny. They try to be cute, but they're not. They're absolutely lying scumbags, and the commercials are sickening. Whether it be auto, life insurance, home insurance, whatever. Insurance companies are scumbags. They have surpassed car dealers in every negative way. So, insurance, all the insurance companies you see on national TV, whether it be Progressive, the General, Liberty Mutual, Geico, with that very gay little green gecko with the British accent. No matter what, I have firsthand gotten quotes from all of them, and they were all complete ripoffs when I had my car. So I went with the Hartford. Hartford had great rates, really great rates. They weren't crooks, but all the others, nationally advertised, they're absolute thieves. So these companies, along with the Dollar Tree, are inducted into
All right.
the Hall of Chislers Hall of Shame.
Right ear.
Not Hall of Fame, but
Left
Chislers
ear.
Hall of Shame.
Right ear. Left ear. There we go. Okay. Ooh. All right. I'm gonna put. I guess I'm gonna put some cooking spray on the pan, but not while it's on the grill. I'm gonna pick it up and spray it. I think I don't want these things to stick. That would be kind of.
Yeah, you better oil that basket. Hi, Sid.
Yeah, I'd oil the grill first before you put anything on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna oil my surface. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, you got this.
Let's see. Is this hot? No, not really. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't like this no fault insurance, no fault divorce.
Hot.
Somebody has to be at fault.
What are we talking about?
No. Sid was talking a little anti-feminism, pro-alpha male talk.
Oh, pro alcohol.
No, alcohol. No,
I thought you said pro alcohol. I'm like, what?
no. Fart Doctor is a gastroenterologist from
Oh,
Midtown Manhattan.
gotcha.
He's one of ours. What do I celebrate? Ronnie was right. I celebrate Festivus for the rest of us, but mostly I celebrate Krampus Day, which is the
Ooh, I
beginning.
put way too many of those on there. Oh well. Oh well.
Well, you might be hungry today. You might end up eating them. Yeah, they do have
Oh
good
well.
glass. Yeah, you're right.
All right.
Jake from State Farm. Oh, that guy. Yeah, what happened? They got rid of him. They got rid of the Dos Equis man too. They fired him.
Yeah.
They don't want to pay him anymore. The Dos Equis man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Stay thirsty, my
beer,
friend.
Stay thirsty.
beer. This cream ale, this single debut,
Very
or
thirsty.
what is it called? What is this thing called again? Debut single cream ale from Zamoniker Brewery in Providence, Rhode Island. It's not the greatest thing on the face of the planet Earth. I think Genesee Cream Ale kicks the living crap out of this beer. Wow, I know, cheaper beer. This is like an 84 out of 100. I think I'm glad it's not like a cream ale where they kind of make it creamy or something like that, because that's not really what the style is. Like a vanilla cream or a coffee cream ale, that's not the style. So they didn't do that.
Ugh,
But it's a little too like apple juicy
apple
and
juice.
Yeah.
sweet. It's a little too sweet and apple juicy. I think if it came out more a little bit more on like on the fruity side, but kind of had a lagering taste and a finish, I think it would be a much closer to said style. But 84 is still okay, and it's
Yeah.
very drinkable. So I'm not butt hurt over the beer. No. But 84.
You know, you start talking about juicy. I dated a girl that was juicy. Sad part was she had like these sweatpants that had juicy on the back, but all I could see was UI. The rest of the letters were on the side. That's how juicy she was.
Hold on. Hey, Sid.
Oh, she was so juicy. Oh God, I wish I never got rid of her. But I couldn't deal with the drama.
Oh yeah, the drama. You don't need drama.
Be right back.
I knew a girl that I called my little plum tomato. She was a female bodybuilder, and she had a huge clitoris.
Yeah.
So I called her my little plum tomato because it looked like a little plum tomato. Hey Sid, it's Sunday. A lot of people are off, and besides, I work for Seymour Doolittle.
It's better than working for Seymour Butts. I don't know. It depends on the butts you're looking at.
Season of giving. Let me tell you about the season of giving. The hawk nose retail, the beady-eyed hawk nose retailers on Wall Street. What do you think all these Christmas carols that were created in the 20th century are for? It's to get people to part with their hard-earned money. Retail.
No, it's a corporate.
Yeah,
corporate songs, yeah, or a marketing song, yeah.
Yeah, Winter Wonderland and all this, all the. Let me tell you something. I am a Krampus and Festivus man all the way, and I will.
Oh, Krampus, yeah.
And Krampus will probably be a guest host during the holidays sometime in December.
Krampus. Yeah, you know, talking about like holiday themes. I've got one next week that I'm going to be doing Friday, where I do segments for outdoor infantry, and he's a guy out of Florida. And the thing is I do a segment called Beers of the Week, and with this guy, we've talked about it. And next week we're going to be dressing up for Halloween for Friday, for Sunday, and to give you guys an idea of what I'm going to be. I'm going to be Snake Plissken from Escape from New York. Yeah,
Sweet.
Cool.
yeah, and
Solid
love,
snake. All right.
yeah, or yeah, either way, yeah. And me, I love Snake Plissken out of Escape from New York and Escape from LA. And I was a big Kurt Russell fan to begin with, anyway. And
Yeah.
I loved him in The Thing, or Big Trouble in Little China, or Soldier, or what have you. He's just he's a good all around actor. I love him. And last October I was Snake Plissken because I did like I guess beers leading up to Devil's Night, and I had a Devil's Night party, and I dressed up as Snake Plissken. So I'm gonna break out this character again for this show. And one of my comments when I did my review on Devil's Night last year, somebody said that I should have stayed in character. So well, I'll talk to the guy that I'm doing the segment with, but if it don't work out there, I'm definitely going to do it on my show. I'm going to stay in character as Snake Plissken. So if it seems different than what I normally do, that's the
why.
point. Yeah, exactly. Yep. So, because I like to think he's kind of like the opposite of me. So, but that's what I love about it. He's one of them. James, if you got a finger on the button to bleep me, this is the time to do it.
But, no, I don't. There's no censorship on my shows.
Okay. Well, I'm going to use a couple of words that
let it all hang out, brother. Let it all hang out.
Well, here it comes. Seems like Snake Plissken's a fuck, and he gives what's on his mind. And to a certain extent, so do I. But you're really going to get the Snake Plissken on my Friday show, or no, Saturday show, as well as the outdoor infantry. So, right. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. The tater tots.
The tater tits.
Yep, tater tits.
They're like,
or as I call them, tater twits.
They're potato
twits.
Potato nipples. Now, Sid is right. Steroids will do that for a woman. He's got it. Look at him. He took my advice. He's got it.
Well, I do this all the time. Yeah, I'm just saying the bottom part of the grill, like where these flavor bars are, they can get really caked up with the fat and the grease of food over time, which really can cause the food to smoke in a way that you don't want it to and flare up.
Well, you got to.
That's really what I'm talking about. Yeah.
You got to preheat it on high to get to pulverize.
I'm saying no. I'm saying way down inside of the grill. Yep. But anyways, this is the plain old Bubba Burger, but it's the Angus variety, which is kind of nice. Sometimes I will put some seasoning on it, even frozen, but I'm just gonna put it on the grill, I guess, as is.
Yes, Sid, I am an independent, left-wing progressive, the Democratic Socialists of America, and what do you call that organization? Our Revolution.
The Nazis.
Not Nazis are fascists. They're far right-wing. The Democrat. Our Revolution. All right. So, Eric. Thomas Metal 75 has got the Angus patties,
Bubba Burger,
and the Bubba Burger, and he's got the tater tots in the basket on the Gorilla.
I think I'll flip the burger. The burger will turn in another maybe 5.5 minutes. I find that even frozen, I want to go too soon, and I like it juicy, but I don't want it to be like super duper red. I prefer burgers to not be that way, only because I don't want it dripping all over myself. If I didn't care about that, it would be more medium.
Well, just do
medium rare. Going on, what do you say? The only one, or the only things that should be like that is steak. So
something that's not portable.
If he does a medium rare, it's just going to be pink in the middle. That should be fine.
Yeah.
You know what? I wanna give a toast to the late great Cactus Willie's of Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. It was like $9 all you can eat, and that include shell steaks cooked to grilled to order.
Oh wow!
May it rest in peace. It was a fantastic one of the best buffets value-wise that I've ever had in my life. And all the local people went there. No tourist traps, like like when the tourists visit the Amish farms, they go to the tourist traps. Like what is it called, Miller's and Shady Maple Farms, and no, this was
Shady Maple Farms. That sounds like a retirement home.
Yeah.
it was in Blue.
Sounds
It
kind of
was
shady to me, man.
Shady Maple Farm is in Blue Balls, Pennsylvania, and
It's Blue Ball, Pennsylvania. True story, is right next to another town called Intercourse. I've been through it before.
yeah, there is an
Right
intercourse.
next to what?
Intercourse, Pennsylvania. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. We were going to check out some Harley Davidson factory or shop or something, and it was in that area. That's the only reason I remember that.
I thought we were there for Heaven Hell, Michigan, but that takes the cake.
Thomas Metal 75 is from Massachusetts, sir.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
My father was born in York, Pennsylvania, 65 years ago yesterday. So we were kind of going, I forget when that was, 2003. I forget when that was. We went over there, but we went into that Amish-ish region, and we went to a place, I forget what town it was in. It might have been in York, Pennsylvania, to go and see some family. We went to a what do you call it, a cemetery. We saw a bunch of our relatives' grave sites, and some of them were pretty elaborate. Some of them were pretty plain Jane. And I guess our grandfather or somebody bought a plot of land that we all would get buried in. But like, if we have nothing to do with that piece of America anymore, why would we want to get buried in York, Pennsylvania?
Well,
Doesn't make any sense.
York, Pennsylvania is the location of the famous York Barbell Company and the weightlifting Hall of Fame Museum, the National Weightlifting Hall of Fame Museum. And it's as far as weightlifters go, and it's like the Mecca. It's like the Mecca is York, Pennsylvania, for people that are into weightlifting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I knew a couple of guys that were weightlifters, and to a certain extent, the dedication you got to take for this weightlifting. I mean, to become like, I don't know, your Lou Ferrigno or your Arnold Schwarzenegger or what have you. In a way, these guys are in the gym all the time on a high protein diet. And, it's one of the things where you need to have dedication and, discipline to do that. And not many people do that these days, or at least from what I can tell.
Uh-oh. I'm using tongs. I'm an idiot to flip a burger, but that's what I got over here.
Well, they say it's either a spatula, a spatula or tongs, because you don't want to have pokers and pierce the meat and lose all them juices. So you're fine.
Yeah. All right.
Tongs.
All right. See you in I don't know, another 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I guess.
York peppermint.
I'm gonna try one of these guys.
I made a liquid York peppermint patty with hot cocoa and the Rumpel Mince peppermint schnapps today.
Ooh.
And it was outstanding. It's the best thing you can combine, I think, with a peppermint schnapps is hot cocoa, and it came out really good.
Hell yeah.
Sid asked about Grand Rapids. How come Grand Rapids, Michigan has such shitty roads? They're always doing work on
I don't know. I haven't been out there in like 20 years, but from what I do remember out there, it's really nice. I mean, it's like being out in the country on that side of the state. And don't get me wrong, you've got your, I guess, metropolitan areas like Grand Rapids, Kalamazoo, Battle Creek. Okay.
Flint.
And okay, that's about the extent of it. But once you start getting out from that, it starts becoming more country out that way.
Yeah.
Now, here where I'm at by Detroit, it seems like it's more urban than anything else. Okay.
Hmm.
But on that side of the state, I lived a year out there on that side of the state, and I tell you one thing. Again, this for me when I lived out there for a year was about 30 years ago, and from what I can remember, it was nice. I loved it. I have fond memories of that side of the state, and I've been outside of Michigan. I've been to Chicago, Toledo, Cincinnati, Sandusky. That's about as far as I've gone outside of the state of Michigan. But for the most part, I've been here in the state of Michigan my entire life. And everywhere else I've been has either been like a day trip or like a 2 or 3 day trip. And, I've always been here. I've loved it. And I know I've talked to other people about this on other
Be right
channels.
back.
And it's kind of like, am I proud of my state? Yes, I am. But it's one of them states where I just love living in. And I don't know nothing else. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know other things about, some things about other states, but I cannot see myself being anywhere else but in Michigan, and I just love it. It's
Well,
just one of them things.
you grew up there. That's what you're familiar with.
Yeah,
It's like, there's no place like home, like the old song. There's no place like home. That's
yeah,
it for you. I mean,
yeah.
uh, oh, Sid hit the nail right on the head. It's having the right genetics, mesomorphic genetics, and having the right steroids. It's not the protein, man. It's they're on the juice. They're all juicing, unfortunately.
Well, yeah, you guys know what I'm saying, though.
Yeah, we know. All right, Jason, you're right. It was excellent, and because what gave me the idea was the York peppermint patty cookie or candy. Because Friday on Fandango Friday, I was trying to think of what would because Jean-Pierre likes to ask, well, what can you pair it with? I'm not into pairing. I'm into you eat what you like and you drink what you like with the food. I'm not into pairing. I can care less. But I'm thinking, well, what can you pair with a good quality, 100 proof German peppermint schnapps? The answer,
Well,
and I said York peppermint patty. Then I thought after the show, hot cocoa, and then you get during the holidays you get a peppermint stick, a candy cane.
yeah, true. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. It's like me for Christmas or Christmas Eve. Okay, now most people don't know this, but anybody that knows me here in Michigan knows on Christmas Eve I've got Christmas Day off. But if the weather is right, I'm here in the backyard. I'm having a bonfire. I've got Christmas music playing, and what I do is I get some Buffalo
I'm gonna
Trace.
start grabbing the tater tots in a bowl and toasting the bun, putting some cheese on the food. I can't be too many hands in the kitchen here, so I will be back with a food sampling before you know it, people.
All
All right,
right. Yeah.
I'll finish my story.
When you're working on the food, zoom in on it. Up, there. You're working on the food, but you ain't zooming. Okay, Bart Robinson says his mom grew up in
Oh, you can't see anything I'm doing here, but you can at least hear the commentary.
Eric's mom grew up
Char
in
Grillers, I won on the Leprechaun TV St. Patrick's Day show event he was doing. Thank you, Leprechaun TV.
the
These are
Leprechaun.
great.
Me gold, me Lucky Charms, me good. His mom grew up in Lancaster, New York, Pennsylvania.
Wow.
I don't know who Gunnar Lindbloom was a tough
That burner
street
off.
dude
I'm
in
gonna put
Detroit.
cheese cheese on the burger
Cleveland
and
Center.
one.
Fires around the holidays
I
are
do
great. I
a
love
sandwich.
fire. Fires are very.
Potato roll.
Oh, the yellow potato
Potato.
hamburger bun, the yellow potato roll. Yeah, put them on a gorilla.
Maybe like 30 seconds.
Fires around. I love fire.
Here are
I
your
love.
tater tots.
I love fire. What the hell's that? Oh, you took the tots? You took the tits?
No,
The tot?
I can't
I
show
don't
it to you
see
that
them.
well. I'll have to show it to you when I'm ready to eat.
Okay, all right.
Stay tuned for that, people.
Fires are very
I don't have
relaxed.
enough hands to do this. But,
Buffalo trace.
here's a tater.
Buffalo
It's
ball.
not really the crispiest thing on the planet Earth, but it works.
Well, did you leave it on long enough?
It's more like a hash brown at this point, but it's all right.
Man. And there is the sheepdog, the old English sheepdog of BC's. The
All right, let me turn this off.
yeah, no, everything turns out good. He's got one of those steel baskets, you know, with the holes in it. It's, you know, kind of shaped like a wok, and it goes right on the grill. You can put veggies in there and do grilled veggies. It's really a wonderful invention.
All right. Well, side note, guys, my stuff is done. I'm going to take my stuff in the house. So I'll be back with you guys shortly.
Yeah, take it. Detroit Mafia. He was an enforcer for the Detroit Mafia, did 12 years in jail without ratting. He has his own YouTube page. Well, you know what? That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to be loyal to your family. You're supposed to take what do you call it? You're supposed to do the time. You know, be loyal, right? Yeah. Okay, we're going to zoom in on, there he is. There he is. BC is removing his super jumbo, high quality meatloaf wrapped in bacon and his stuffed portobello mushrooms with spinach and cheese, I believe. I'm telling you, and if it's feta cheese, oh crap, I love feta cheese.
This one's Asiago. It's
No,
Asiago cheese.
No, Asiago's good, man.
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I love feta cheese myself too, but with some things I got to go with Asiago cheese. And
Asiago.
Yeah, Asiago. Yeah, I love that cheese. Oh my Lord, I love that cheese.
All right. I think I'm good now. All right, I think I'm ready to eat now.
Yes, Jason, I have a tomato frog, captive bred, of course. They're originally from Madagascar. I have a Asian forest scorpion, about several inches long. I have another a giant vinegaroon scorpion, which is also black. I have an aquarium with community fish, and that's about it. I have lots. I have a big cacti and succulent collection. I have air plants. I have a good amount of exotic plants.
There we go. There's the food. All right.
Okay,
all right.
hold on. Let me zoom on this. There's the tater. They look brown. They look brown.
Yep.
There's
some pickles, American cheese, the mayo, and the come on.
Oh, that's all the ketchup you want?
Oh, I just brought it out for those guys. See, I made way too many of these. They just fell out of the bag. Oh well, I will try them.
Yeah, Donald Trump just created his own social media website. That is very true.
Oh really? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, that's inevitable. You knew that, right?
He's got a lot of suckers. I mean followers.
Let's turn the camera around, shall we? Oh wait a minute. Turn the camera around.
I despise the eagle beak control freak geek Mark Zuckerberg. Despise
eagle beak control freak
geek.
All right.
Yes.
Let's try that burger. I know I don't have the best lighting in the world.
He's
See how
in
that
deep,
is.
he's in deep shit. That's all I got to say. The federal government investigating his ass. Ah,
That
look at
came
that.
out good.
Pretty decent. That's a decent size patty. That's
Oh, yeah.
actually the best size patty I've ever seen as far as pre-made frozen patties go.
Yeah. Or not black Angus. It's just the Angus Bubba burger. That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's thick. Unless it's double.
No,
I
it's just one.
I can't stand them.
Hmm.
They screwed their way to the top, Sid. I cannot stand the
That's just one burger.
Look at that. Look at that. It's so big. Man,
There's the cheese.
that's one patty.
One patty. Frozen, from frozen. I didn't de-thaw this.
Yeah, because patties are usually real thin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, isn't that funny that they were all friends? A lot of people were friends with Epstein, the pedophile with the resort with the underage goyles.
Tater tots are not the crispiest thing in the world. Some of them are crispy. Some of them are more like what do you call those things in the morning? Hash browns. But some of them are really good. So that's an interesting way. You don't have to put them in the oven. You can get one of those metal baskets like I have and cook up your frozen potato items on the grill.
Wow. I guarantee that is great. I'm glad you came aboard the show, especially with your gorilla. Oh yeah,
my gorilla. Good. The beer's better with food.
You know how the oligarch did. You know how.
I've always said, hey, what's the two things that always go good with food or beer? Food and music.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you're right, Sid. The elites, the oligarch. You're absolutely right.
All right, ASMR right here for it. Sorry, ASMR here for you. No, it's turning into a porn. Don't let it happen. Those are like the best commercially available frozen burgers. Those Angus Bubba burgers. They are the best. Definitely for the value, outstanding.
You know who else has a really tasty frozen burger? Is Omaha Steaks. Omaha Steaks.
Oh yeah, those are pretty good too.
Yeah, right now we're getting a shot of BC's coochie. I mean couch.
Yeah, we got jokes. We got jokes.
We got the couch. We got the couch. Oh, I gotta love it. Gotta love it. At least the sheepdog could have been staring into the camera.
He is there. He's camouflaged. You can't see him. No.
I can't see him. You look like
let's say 94. No, not 94. No, it's a little worse than 94, but not much. Let's go with a straight 90 out of 100 for all of this food and beer. I think the weakest link is how these tater tots came out, because they're very well cooked. They're done, but they are not consistent in the texture department. I think the oven would have caused them to be a little bit more uniform, because it would have been out on a flat sheet. I could have used actually a flat sheet that I do use for roasting vegetables on the grill. That would have worked better for this. Everything was laid out uniform instead of just like on top of each other in the wire basket there, or the metal basket. It probably would have come out a little better, but 90, that's pretty good.
You know, that's the first time I'm gonna say this. This is the first time what Eric just said that I've ever heard anyone collectively take food and his beer and put it together and come up with a score of a combination of alcoholic beverage and food combined. That's the first time I've ever heard. So that deserves 10 lucky bells.
Wow.
I I guess Ronnie S got tired of the
Of my bullshit. Sorry, Ronnie.
yeah. He must have been drinking because he was
Smart as
using
words.
ad hominem. He was using ad hominem communication directed towards
Yeah.
Eric.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not saying
you guys got beef.
hominy
You
grits.
guys got beef.
What?
You guys got
All,
beef.
all I'm saying is treat this place like Planet Fitness. This is a judgment-free zone.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I do try to be non-judgmental here when it comes to YouTube, especially with us guys. You know what I'm saying? You know, fellow beer reviewer to another. So,
Mm-hmm.
hey,
But Jay Terrio never collectively graded food with the beer. He might have done it separately, or he might have scored the alcoholic beverage and then
Yep.
displayed the food that he was eating and enjoying, and not even
Vienna sausage. Yummy.
Vienna sauce. No, I don't eat
I
that shit.
love Vienna sausage.
That's crap.
Jay was doing that for Ron or Jay or Ron or Mr. Terrio was doing that for a while. He would have the beer review that he's doing, and then on the side during the beer review would be about this Armor Vienna sausage or whoever made
Oh,
this
that's
Vienna
disgusting. That's
sausage.
roadkill with corn syrup in it and meat byproducts. I don't eat
I'm sure.
just like I won't drink cheap
Cheap macros.
a nationally advertised macro will never touch my lips. And was I
That was
saying
good.
before? And cheap garbage roadkill mystery meat will never touch my teeth.
Well, you know, Vienna sausages are like hot dogs.
No. COVID is real. The pandemic is real. Sid. Stop it. Stop. 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 Yeah, the Wuhan. We know about the Wuhan Institute of Virology and
Virology.
how secretive mainland China's government is keeping that. I think it's a weapon of mass destruction, a biological weapon. And why did Fauci know so much about the Wuhan Institute? You're right. Sid is hitting the nail on the head. He's hitting it. I think do you think Big Pharma is in on this whole conspiracy secret? You think?
I don't know. I tend to take it seriously when a bunch of people are dying. However, I get it. I get it to a certain extent. We're talking about food, but I'll just be very brief. I get it where people are hesitant to want to get vaccines that took about no time to get through backing through the FDA. I get the apprehension of that. But like this is like unprecedented territory we've been in here. So we got to act fast to make sure that we're doing the right thing and we're not lollygagging, because the last thing that you want is for us to drag our feet and it's like, why are we still in this, right? But I'm eating good food and drinking good beer, so I digress on that 100%.
Yes. This is not a stressful show. This is a show about fun and frolic and food. Fun, frolic, and food. I can't sing that song anymore because it's autumn. You know, the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer.
That one 2-man group, yeah.
Yeah, I could give the limerick of when the weather is hot and sticky. That's no time for Dunkin' Dicky. But when the frost is on the pumpkin, that's the time for Dickie Duncan.
Did the Leprechaun say that in those Leprechaun movies?
Me good. Now, self-driving cars, no, because they got into accidents. The ones that people.
Last bite.
yeah, they get into accidents. So I rather drive my own vehicle.
What was that one Will Smith movie?
I Am Legend.
Yeah, no.
No, iRobot.
Yeah, that's the one. iRobot. Yeah, where it's like he was riding in his car. It was self-driving, and something happened, and somehow he gets into an accident. And when he calls like his captain or whatever, and they send out a CSI squad to investigate,
Huh.
there was a whole group of robots that cleaned up the whole area. It's like nothing happened here. What are you talking about? You're going crazy, man. Come on. And
Wow.
it's like, yeah, I mean, I see it. I see it. And the one thing I did not like about that movie was how they had like Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, Lake Huron, Lake Erie, all emptied out. So it was nothing but a like valley bed with no water. And it was like, this was like set like 10, 20 years from now. Come on. And it's like, I
Wow.
don't see that
Well,
happening. Yeah.
The Great Lakes supposedly filled up after the Ice Age, when the Ice Age was technically over, and they melted.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. They carved the Great Lakes. Yeah. So,
Oh, Sid is right that we have self-driving cars, but the technology is not here yet.
We don't have it for
them-
people to buy yet.
Well, for them to be reliable and safe
Yeah,
and
it's not.
efficient, the technology is not here yet. So
yeah, it's
And,
not at that
and I
stage.
don't think that I don't know. I mean, California has had these highways or these roads for years where if you have a hydrogenized vehicle, you can go and refuel it with hydrogen. But I see that less likely than the self-driving cars that we'd ever rely on hydrogen to fuel
Yeah,
our
and for
vehicles.
those that don't know, hydrogen is water. for
Hmm.
for them that don't know.
yeah, H2O,
Yeah,
H2O,
yeah,
1%. What is it, hydrogen, 2% oxygen, or
2
one
parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. Yeah.
parts? Yeah, 1 part hydrogen, 2 part oxygen. No, they can't drive in bad weather and bad roads. The technology is not here yet. You're right, Sid.
Mhm.
yeah.
All right.
I don't know about you guys, but when I was in my 20s, and I'm talking like 19, 20 years old,
Mhm.
when I got to my age now, and I'm 48, I thought that we would have been like iRobot or uh, that other one that we were just talking about.
I Am
No,
Legend or something.
yeah, something like that. The one with Will Smith, iRobot or something.
Yeah, that's
And
iRobot. Yeah.
yeah, iRobot. And it was like, I thought that's what it was going to be. That or Back to the Future 2 when he goes to 2015,
Huh.
Hill Valley, where you
Yeah,
got
we
the
saw what that.
self-driving cars and
We went
whatnot.
to
And it's like, no,
nothing like that.
it's a slow progression. Yeah.
No,
Mhm.
electric cars are um are really really good. It's just that they've gotten a bad rap of lies from big oil and the people, the whores, the corporate whores that are in bed with big oil. They
So
really are great. They really
the
are great.
problem with trying to, I think the main problem, a couple of main problems with trying to sell hydrogen cars is, number one, you need to change around your entire infrastructure to do it. You need to change around. You need to have all these you need to have all these stations where you can refuel the hydrogen. And then also there needs to be a way to store all this hydrogen. We need, and just to get to the point where we can do it on a massive scale, where we can start saying, okay, we can start selling all these hydrogen cars. We can back these companies can back the hydrogen as a reliable fuel source, and that we can get the general public around it. We have to do those things, I think, first before we even go thinking about,
Well,
we can do this on a reliable scale.
hydrogen,
The hydrogen.
hydrogen is very volatile. I mean,
It is, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
now 30. Wait a minute, Sid. 30 grand for a replacement lithium battery in an electric car.
That's a lot of money.
That is
Yeah.
that is more than a ripoff. That is
If
more.
anybody, I mean, it's funny with the electric cars though, because we had electric cars in this country in 1909.
Yes.
There was a car called the Baker.
Technology
It was a
wasn't-
company called Baker. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Nikola Tesla perfected it when he took I think a Packard in the
Yep.
1940s or 30s or 40s. He took a
Mhm.
Packard and he perfected that invention, and they were working great, but big oil paid people off. I mean, now robots operating on people. Remember, the
They
surgeon.
already do.
The surgeon is operating the robotics.
It's not a
Yeah,
free
and
thinking
he's like
operation. Yeah.
way like that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I got to bid you all a fare thee well for the evening here. That
Yeah,
was a
yeah, because
good little stream and talk about burgers and grilling and food. I liked that. I think it was a success today for all parties involved.
I don't care about the banter either.
Well,
Yeah.
the consumer banter. You know, it is the ultimate cyber man cave.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
That was my this is my greatest brainchild Frankenstein monster after Fandango Friday. This is my ultimate. Is
Yeah.
this because I used to do barbecuing videos back in the day, and you know, thought of, you know, barbecuing, man cave, alpha male, beer, a little of this and a little of that, and a little of this and a little of that, and a little,
While your hat jiggles.
and a little of this and a little.
Wait a minute, James. Before I leave, can you say bork to bork to bork?
Wait, what was that?
Can you talk like the Swedish chef there before I leave with that hat on? That's not quite right.
No. Remember when Randy Marsh was doing the food shows in the cafeteria, in the school cafeteria?
No.
And Paula Dean showed up, and
Okay.
everybody showed up. Yeah, everybody showed up. What's her name? De Laurentiis.
Oh, the big tits.
Yeah,
Whatever.
the big head. They
Ooh.
said she had a big head and big breasts.
All the celebrities have big heads when they come on that show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But I hope that when Isaac Hayes, God rest his soul, passed away, I hope he left his recipe for salty chocolate balls to Kyle,
God.
so he can.
I love the Escape from Escape from New York though, as a Duke of
Peace.
New
Oh, okay, who was the famous pro wrestler that was in that movie?
York. The name I cannot remember, but I remember the guy where Snake Plissken had to fight him, and he ends up using a spiked bat to take him out. Yeah, I remember the scene very well. Yeah.
I know his name. He was I think he was from Omaha, Nebraska. Ox Baker.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He had the huge bushy eyebrows.
Yeah, and he had that beard. Yeah.
He looked like a satanic high priest or something. Lithium batteries. Let me tell you, lithium is great. You're talking about cold weather. That's not a good sign. If they're not durable in sub-zero temperatures, that is not going to work. Sid.
You know, it kind of reminds me of them lithium batteries in the phones where they just exploded. And, you know, it kind of makes me wonder about these lithium batteries in these cars. And it's like, you know, the one thing I fear is my phone blowing up or catching on fire in my pocket while I'm doing whatever it is that I'm doing. And I would hate for a car for its battery to blow up or catch on fire when I'm trying to run somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Ox Baker, Sid. Ox Baker. Look him up. Ox Baker was his name. And Escape from New York with Kurt Russell as Snake Plissken. They died because of the juice.
Oh, steroids. Yeah.
And mixing, and some of them were addicted to painkillers. The what do you call oxycontin? Painkillers are opioid. Are they opioids?
Maybe. I mean, a lot of these guys that you're talking about had some pain. I mean, legitimate pain. I mean, they say wrestling is fake, but the injuries are real.
No, they live with pain every
Yeah.
day.
So,
Pain.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Eric. Yeah. Anyway, oh, oh, Jason Cleveland says BC. Oh, look at the lights. You're ready for the holiday. B, BC, can you please finish your story about having a bonfire with Buffalo Trace on Christmas?
oh, yeah. I'm glad somebody wanted to hear that. Yeah. I generally got my own tradition here on Christmas Eve. And what I usually do is I take the night off, and Christmas Day is my day off of the year. And what I do is I get Buffalo Trace, I get eggnog, and what I do is I'm almost gotten it down to a science at this point. But last year, what I did is I had a cup a certain size, which was probably about I don't know this high and probably about this big round. What I did was I put in a shot of Buffalo Trace, filled it up with eggnog, put it into a uh, what I like to call a Kool Aid container. You know
Yeah,
what you put, use for Kool Aid, a pitcher, and I would do this, and I would fill that up,
right.
and I would sit outside, listen to Christmas music, whatever you like. I've got like 4 or 5 Christmas CDs right now, and I would have a bonfire, and I would just sit out there listening to this Christmas music, having spiked eggnog with Buffalo Trace and eggnog that was already mixed, and I would sit out there and just enjoy the weather. And for me, here where I'm at in the what we call the downriver area, it's so quiet. I mean, quiet on Christmas Eve. I remember one year distinctly where I was outside listening to this music, drinking this spiked eggnog, having a bonfire, and there was like a light, I don't know, flurry of snow coming down, and oh my god, it was so awesome. Just peace, quiet, Christmas music, having spiked eggnog, and to me, it was one of the most awesome things in this world. You know what I mean? If you want to have like a personal day, that's a personal day for me. So, hey, I love it. I've been doing it ever since last what 5 years now, and I enjoy it. So, yeah,
Well, what you do is you do the bonfire. You know who has really great Christmas songs? It's a group called Mannheim Steamroller.
Mannheim Steamroller.
Yeah,
Okay,
look it up on YouTube, and they have really good Christmas music, and it's instrumental. And what you do is, okay, I'm gonna show you something. You're out there with your bonfire, unless
yeah,
you get unless you get one of those chimeneas. You're out there. You might be smoking a load of meat, right? Overnight. It's Christmas Eve. You got the smoker grill loaded with succulent. You got the pork belly, the turkey parts, or whatever. The
yeah,
barbecue spare ribs. You got them smoking away.
yeah. What have you? Yeah,
What have you? Then you got the bonfire. Then you're out there with your beverages. You can bring the cooler. Then you get a lawn chair. You keep warm. You put the lawn chair near the smoker grill and the bonfire, and you look at the sky with one of these high-powered binoculars, and you'll see it's better than having a telescope because you'll get a wide panoramic view of the night sky. You'll see the shooting stars. You'll see UFOs. You'll see
Everything from Little Eyed Joe to be Dan Devino. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's really great. You're just like, it really is, because the thing with my brother-in-law has an expensive telescope. He says, James, the best you can see is, like, let's say you're looking at Saturn, or you're looking at Mars, or you're looking at Jupiter. You're gonna see like a blurry dot. You see a blurry dot. But he says with a good pair of binoculars, you get that panoramic view of the sky, and, especially if there's no light pollution by you.
Yeah. That reminds me. Yeah. Well, finish what you're saying. I'll get into my story after you're done.
I'm sorry, sir. What'd you say?
Oh, I say go on with your story.
I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, I think you know this, but my two youngest brothers used to be in the Boy Scouts, okay? And I joined just to make sure that they're safe, okay? And, that's about as far as I'm going to go with the Boy Scouts, okay? And as far as I'm concerned, I didn't see no trouble at all whatsoever. But the point I'm getting at is that we had to go to Metamora, Michigan, which is by, like, I don't know. I don't want to say Bay City, but it's kind of like by Flint somewhere. And we're kind of like out in the middle of nowhere where you got the light pollution where it's so low. I remember going out there and like 9, 10 o'clock at night, looking in the sky and seeing like at least 5 times as much stars in the night sky that I would where I'm at right now. And, that were the greatest times to see the night in my entire life, where you had very low light pollution, and yet you could see a lot of stars. And I enjoyed them nights like you wouldn't believe. And I wish I had a pair of binoculars back then, like I do now, to see all these stars like you're talking about. And, I miss them days and I enjoy them days. So it's one of them things.
I bet those people that have a house on Lake Michigan can see a lot of stars and comets and what have you, and maybe even satellites as circling Earth.
I remember one time in particular when I was living out in Plainwell, Michigan, and I forget where we were, but I think it was Kalamazoo. We were coming from the grocery store or Myers, and we were heading out to what we called Stickville, USA, which is the middle of nowhere. And as we were heading out to where we came from, which is out in the middle of nowhere, and I remember looking out in the night sky, and this is one of them rare times where they actually had the aurora lights. And, it was awesome. I mean,
Aurora Borealis, the northern light.
And it was just awesome. Nature is a destructive but yet awesome thing to be admired. So it was one of the things where you just had to be in awe when you were looking at this.
Yeah, I mean, it is awesome when you and at first I was trying to understand what my brother-in-law was saying. He says, if I had to start the whole astronomy hobby, and he has many hobbies. He says, if I had to start this astronomy thing all over again, I would save a lot of money and not buy the telescopes and get powerful pair of binoculars. and just be somewhere like he's got the farmhouse up in the towards the Adirondack Mountains, and you got no light pollution because you got nothing but forests and what have you, and just look at the sky and you can see everything up there, and you get that panoramic view. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it up because I gotta eat and you gotta eat.
Yep.
And congratulations to all the review videos that you have produced that are on your YouTube channel, I believe, right?
Yep. BC's beer reviews. Yep. Thank you, James. Appreciate it.
BC Beer Reviews. It's been fun like always, and I will be on Ronald J. Tirio's Wednesday night show with the beer I drank here.
No, I'm not. I should be on that show this time. I'm up to 100% strength now.
Well,
I know I've been kind of, I don't know, iffy, but it's just one of them things where I just needed a break. So
no, that's okay. No, that's okay. What's the saying? Familiarity breeds contempt. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
yeah, exactly. So I mean, if Ron's still watching, hey, nothing against Ron, love you, so on and so forth. So,
Likewise.
hey,
Pumpkin,
don't take it personally. That's all I ask. Don't take it personally.
It's the last pumpkin. You don't have to. You look, whatever you can do, you do. If you can find some new little bottles of liqueur, you get them. If you can't, you don't get them. If you can find an October, what do you call it? An autumn beer or pumpkin beer, you get it. If not,
or even in our case, they were starting to get in the winter beer. Yeah, either way.
Yeah. So what's going to happen in December? You're going to have all the Christmas holiday beers, and they're out there. They're usually they have like, for instance, the Samuel, one of the best I ever had, the Samuel Smith stout, holiday stout for Christmas. It had cocoa. It had cocoa mixed with this, with the stout. It had the cinnamon and nutmeg and all that shit. It's the only difference between, honestly, the autumn and the Christmas would be the cocoa. I know it's like major difference, but this usually, I know the Sam Adams has one that is made with wheat beer. It's made with wheat. Then there's a beer called Old Fezziwig by Samuel Adams. That's another Christmas.
Yeah, it reminds me of the wheat beer of Bell's beer is called Oberon. So yeah.
Good night, Sid. Oberon. Yeah, they're out there.
Yeah.
Good night, Bart.
Good night, Bart.
Yeah, I'm wrapping it up now. It's too late now.
Yeah, it's the end of the show at this point.
Yeah, but you would but then you would have attacked Eric, and we wouldn't be able to see his barbecue, his grilling,
or my meatloaf. Either way, yeah.
Grilling, yeah, he would have left. You can't. You can't. You can come on, but you can't come on drunk because you get nasty.
For your mama. Yeah.
Ronnie gets nasty when he drinks.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see, I don't know him well enough for all that, so okay, I'll take your word for it.
He's not a friendly drunk.
I mean, I know I've been nasty. Oh, I've gotten nasty.
I'm hungry. Jason, I gotta go eat, and this guy's gotta sink his teeth into his meatloaf with the bacon wrapped meatloaf. I want to relax. I want to put something on TV. See what's on TV, and all that. Who's a good friend of yours? The Cisco Kid was a friend of mine. The Cisco Kid was a friend of mine.
Who was that band that did War? My Lowrider. They did a song called Cisco Kid. You know, the one song, My Low Rider. You know the song by War? Yeah. And they also did one song called Spill the Wine. They did a song called The Cisco Kid. So that's what it got me thinking about, yeah.
Remember that song, Louie, 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 Louie?
Yeah, yeah. I think it was used in the Animal House movie, yeah.
And what's the other one? Um, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Wooly Bully. Wooly Bully. Wooly
Yeah,
Bully.
Willy Bully. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
Sam the Sham. They might have been a one-hit wonder. Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs. Yeah, Wooly Bully. Jeremiah the Bullfrog was a good friend of mine. That was Joy to the World. That was was that Blood, Sweat, and Tears? Was it? No. Was
Oh,
it?
I can't remember, but I remember what was it?
I'm sorry, Three Dog Night.
Oh, Three Dog Night. Yeah.
Yeah, Three
What was
Dog Night.
that one?
My mother told me not to come. Blood,
Heaven in
Sweat.
the Sky, or was it? God, what was that song? In the Sky.
Fasting.
Oh,
Fasting.
it's gonna hit me later on. Once it hits me, I'll text you what the song was.
Yeah, Blood, Sweat, and Tears did Spinning Wheel. Got to go round. Right.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, I remember that one.
What
Yeah.
goes up?
Oh, this one was Spirit in the Sky. Spirit in the Sky. That was the name of the song.
Spirit in the Sky. Yes.
Yeah.
Spinning wheel. Got to go round. Ride the painted pony in it. Let the spinning wheel spin. He's got no money. He's got no balls. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna finish off.
Well,
Spinning wheel, got to go round.
yeah. Well, today was a good episode.
Well,
this was an awesome episode.
Okay, now my question is to everyone. I hope Fart Doctor is safe and okay. I hope nothing happened to Fart Doctor, because the great gastroenterologist of Midtown Manhattan, because he was supposed to come on the show and do some consumer advocate stuff with me 2 weeks ago, and I haven't seen Fart Doctor, not even on Jay Terrio's show. So I hope he's okay. If anybody knows if Fart Doctor is healthy, alive, and well, and all that stuff, let us know.
Yeah, well, may I say this?
Yeah.
I don't know if this might be bold enough for me to say, but I'm putting the word out. Let us know what's going on with the Fart Doctor. We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So if anybody knows the Fart Doctor, hey, let them know. Hey, we're wondering what's happening. What's going on?
Jason said
he
that
okay?
he hasn't seen or smelled Fart Doctor in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's the problem. We want to know what's going on. We miss him. Come on, man.
Yeah, he's a great consumer advocate. We were going to do a real blockbuster Chislers Hall of Shame, and he was looking forward to it. Also doing the Chislers Hall of Shame. Look at now, Jason. I just want to say before I end it, how could anybody change the name of the Cleveland Indians with that adorable red Indian, a smiling Indian logo? How can anybody replace that? I mean, how could anybody replace that 104 years of tradition of the Cleveland Indians, and they want to change the name? I bet a lot of people in Ohio in that region are upset with the changing of the name. And
Yeah, because the first thing I think of as far as Cleveland Indians go is the movie Major League. I'm talking about the first one. And it's like, come on, man. I love that movie. Major League with Charlie Sheen and whatnot. That's such a great movie. And just around springtime, I try to watch that movie. And it's just hilarious to watch that movie, that first one. And I know it's a trilogy, but it's just great. So
and you know, I bet the fans of the Washington Redskins and the Cleveland Indians, when they go to watch these teams play, I highly doubt if any of them have a racist or bigoted thought in their mind when they
yeah,
go to watch them. I'm sure they don't. I'm sure
yeah,
they don't, really. I mean, come on, give me a break. I don't like messing with tradition. I don't like messing with historic landmarks, like tearing down historic landmarks. I'm against that. Time goes on and change is the only constant. Well, yeah, but yeah.
but you need something to be rock solid, man. And that's to us one of them rock solid
Well,
deals, man.
well, the Houston Astros used to be the Houston Colt 45s. Seriously,
Yeah,
and you know, the Oakland Athletics used to be the Kansas City Athletics. That was originally the Philadelphia Athletics, and the Atlanta Braves used to be the Milwaukee Braves, who was originally the Boston Braves.
yeah. It's kind of like the what's it? The Minnesota North Stars are now the what is it? Texas Stars, and
Yeah,
it's like I mean, I get teams travel. It was like the L.A. Giants. They used to be in New York, and it was like, come on, man. Yeah,
wait a minute, no, San Francisco. No,
the San Francisco Giants.
San
Yeah, but they
Francisco
used to be out
Giants.
in New York. Yeah,
Uh, you know, Oakland Raiders are in Las Vegas. I don't know. You can't you can't
yeah,
you can't connect a Raider with two cutlass swords like this in an eye patch with Las Vegas. There's no
yeah.
connection in between. Plus, Las Vegas is
I
running out
mean,
of
unless
water.
you're doing that, what is that, Treasure Island out there in Vegas? I mean, I can see the point, but I mean, come on, man.
You know, the Los Angeles Lakers used to be the Minnesota Lakers, and
No, I did not know that.
there's no lakes in southern. There's no lakes in Los Angeles or Southern California per se. I
Yeah,
mean, you know,
Minnesota's the land of 1,000 lakes.
the land of a
So,
thousand lakes. That's why the cheese is called Land O' Lakes.
yeah, exactly. Yes.
I mean, they should change the name because you know lakes and L.A. or Southern California do not go together. So,
No, you got an ocean that borders the one side of the state, and that's it. So it's kind of like what's it, the Cape Horn, where if you go down the Cape Horn, which is, if I remember right, uh, Southern or South America, and if you look, the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, you can see kind of like a wall or a separation because you have the there's a what is that difference of like salt and whatnot between the two oceans, and they don't mix well. And it got me thinking, hey, what happens when you get a fish that goes from the Atlantic Ocean to the Pacific Ocean? Does it die? Does it keep doing its thing? Does
you
it
know,
notice the difference between the two? Or so on and so forth. And it's like, it just boggles the mind with questions. It's like, what happens?
yeah. Well, you know, the Houston Oilers football team, I think, moved to Tennessee to become the Titans.
The Tennessee Titans. Yeah.
But at least they didn't call themselves the Tennessee Oilers. You know, they were smart enough to change the name. And look at Jason said, if you count people's pools in their backyards in LA as lakes, then yes, you can call them the Lakers, because there are more. Southern California has more privately owned in-ground swimming pools than anywhere else in the country. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, but I think that's out of necessity, though.
Well,
But then
Las
again, I
Vegas,
could be wrong.
hey, all the houses in the suburbs of Las Vegas, they have in-ground pools out of necessity.
Yeah, and they got pretty good lawns for a place that doesn't rain that much either, too. So
Yeah, and they're running out of water to irrigate all that stuff, and it's kind of stupid because my brother, who lives on the Jersey Shore, his house is like the people in South Florida. He's got pebbles. He doesn't cut grass. He's got pebbles in the front and in the backyard.
oh, so he has a rock garden.
He's got a rock garden, exactly, or Zen. They call it Zen
Yeah, or a
garden.
zen garden. Yeah, either way, yeah.
The decorative stones.
Or a
And,
zen garden.
yeah, I mean, but it makes sense. It's dry, it's hot. Why waste water? Why spend money on water to irrigate grass that you have to cut every week?
Yeah, because you're creating more work for yourself. If I was in that position, I'm going to have a rock garden myself. If I could save myself some trouble, like
Yeah.
40 to, I don't know, 40 minutes to 2 hours of cutting grass and whatnot, hey, I'm going to save myself that trouble.
Listen, if I was in the suburbs outside of Vegas or New Mexico or Tucson, Arizona, or even South Florida, you're damn right I'm going to have pebbles. I'm going to
Yeah.
have pebbles. I'm going to have cacti that
Or
you don't.
what they call astroturf.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't have to water. Cactuses. You really hardly ever have to water them seriously, otherwise they burst. I mean, why be stupid and have a lawn? I don't know what the obsession is with people in the Northeast, especially in my region, with their lawns.
Or mine. Either way, yeah.
Oh, they do the manicured landscape lawns by you too?
Yeah. Oh my Lord. Oh God. My brother moved out. It was me and my brother. Now it's just me here in the house. And I'm it is basically me running around here doing all the stuff around here. And there was a point where I had two brothers and me, and all I'll say is that these two guys depended on me doing everything. And at one point, I just gave up. I really did. I stopped doing things, and it's like, okay, let's see what you guys do. And you know what the thing is? They never bothered to pick up the slack.
Well,
They'd rather move on.
yeah. The problem with a lawn that you don't cut is that when the grass and the weeds get high, the town puts like a warning on your front door.
Yeah,
that you gotta cut it, otherwise we're gonna fine you. The ordinance, like
yeah,
a city ordinance. But
yeah.
you can't do that. You don't do that with pebbles because a lot of people put like tarp.
Yeah.
They put the tarp
So-
down, and then the pebbles go on top of the tarp. So there's nothing that's going to be growing through that. But if you're in Arizona, you don't have to worry about weeds either because the sun will burn them right out.
Yeah. Well, I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
No, I'm gonna end the show because I gotta go eat. So
Okay. Well, I'll say. Okay. Well, James, as always, hey, thank you for having me on your show. Appreciate it.
It's been a pleasure.
Same here. So it's good bullshit with you, chewing the fat, giving it real, and hey, again, thank you, brother man.
Yeah, well, let me know. No, I won't be around next weekend. I'll be by
Oh,
my sister.
yeah. Okay.
I'll be
So
by my.
that'll give me at least what, 2 weeks to come up with something.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I could go. I mean, if I get bored over there, I mean, I could go live with my phone on shows, but then my sister's gonna say, "You're not spending quality time with me. You know, you're always on your phone." So let's just say 2 weeks to come up with another blockbuster barbecue extravaganza.
All
You
right.
know,
Well, I'll tell you this much. In a week and a half, let me know what's going on. So give me some time to come up with something, and
yeah.
we'll go from there.
Even if it's even if it's chicken, I mean anything,
Yeah, something, anything.
or oh man, let me think. There's only so many things you can barbecue.
Yeah, and I don't want to do seafood because seafood is too quick.
No, that'll be like 3 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I've been doing meats. Mhm.
Yeah. Let me think. Let me think of something.
Well, we got time to think about that one. So we got
What
2 weeks to come up with something.
what about the big pork spare ribs?
Well, I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to make no promises, but I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, because they're cheaper than the baby bags.
Yeah, like I said, I'll let me know. I'll come up with something, and we'll go from there.
I don't have your I don't have your what's your Facebook name, Jason? Your Facebook Messenger name. I don't have your email, so you know yeah, just tell me. I'm 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 on Facebook Messenger under my name, James P. Madonna. Um, uh, or if you want, you can put it. You know what? Let me check. I might I might very well have your email. Let me check when I go to Gmail, my inbox. I will check. But of course, underneath this video, if you want to leave something, yeah, send me an email. Send me an email, and then I'll send you the link to come aboard. And I hope to God, knock on wood, Fart Doctor's okay, and that'll be great. That'll be great. Oh, that's right. We were worried about Jay Terrio with the hurricane. That is correct. Thank you for refreshing my memory. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and of course I will see you during well on Messenger and during the week.
Yeah.
You're on
If
Messenger.
anybody wants to get a hold of me, I'm on. As far as Facebook goes, it's Christopher BC Nichols.
Christopher
Right?
BC Nichols.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the rest of the social media goes, it's BC's Beer Reviews. I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, and I'm on Twitter. So
Yeah.
if
And
anybody wants to follow me on there, go on ahead.
and TikTok is getting really popular now, getting really big.
Yeah, I'm on there too. Yeah, I don't do much videos, but I'm on there too.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
also on Clapper, which is kind of like the same thing as TikTok, but it's for adults.
Because what'll happen is there's a possibility that Facebook might go the way of MySpace. It might people might be getting tired of Facebook with all the crap, and if TikTok ends up that high tech and that big, people will start saying screw Facebook and Instagram. I'm going
Yeah,
to go with TikTok, and that's what all the kids are talking about. TikTok and Twitch.
yeah, Twitch is another good one, but
Lot of
that's kind of a gaming platform, from what I
Yeah,
understand, though.
Yeah, that's gaming. That's gaming. You're right. But TikTok is the hottest new social media platform. And okay, so that's it. I will go and rustle up some victuals, like Granny Clampett used to say, and I'll see you later on Facebook Messenger. Bye
Yep.
bye.
Peace out, guys.
Take care, everybody.